53 minutes after the hour, PFT Live, NBC Sports Radio. 2 NFC wildcard games this weekend, as every year, in the wildcard round. Seahawks host the Lions Saturday. Packers host the Giants Sunday. And let's take a question from our email inbox related to the wildcard round. Stats, what do we have today?
This comes from John in Connecticut, actually, who says there's no way the Giants are going into Lambeau for a third straight time and winning. New York has struggled on offense all year. Why is nobody talking about how they're going to not score against the Packers D?
Well, the Packers defense is banged up. The Packers defense has not faced a guy like Odell Beckham Jr. in the postseason. The Packers defense could find itself torched by postseason Eli. See, that's the game changes in the playoffs. There's a higher level of intensity, and how you react to that is very critical as to how you're going to perform. Some guys get too freaked out by the pressure. Eli Manning does not, and if he can manage to influence the rest of the offense to remain calm and poised and not understand the magnitude of the moment, that you're done. If you lose, everything you've worked for all season long evaporates in one 60-minute interval on a Sunday afternoon in Wisconsin. If they can set that aside, then they can be better. And look, the Packers defense much improved when Clay Matthews returned from injury. That was the key for that defense. So many things fell together for the Packers. It just didn't magically start winning. They found a running game with Ty Montgomery. Clay Matthews came back and stabilized the defense. And Aaron Rodgers has played as well as he ever has in any 6-game stretch of his career. That doesn't mean the Giants can't go in there in one game. Look at the point that Chris Spielman made yesterday as it relates to Lions-Seahawks. All you have to be is the better team that day, like Clemson was Saturday night against Ohio State. And we have seen spurts where that Giants offense is unbelievable stats, and I think we could see it again.
That's the weirdest thing about that offense, though. I don't know how they can look like world beaters one day and then really awful the next. I mean, I know the offensive line has issues there, but you would think there would be some level of consistency. I literally don't know who we're going to see from the Giants this weekend.
But isn't that basically a observation that applies to the entire career of Eli Manning, that you never know what you're going to get from him? But it just so happens in big moments, in playoff games, we get an Eli Manning that is far closer to his brother Peyton than just some guy that throws the ball up in the air and whoever gets it, gets it. And there have been stretches in Eli Manning's career where he has not been good. And there's far from a universal thought that he's destined for Canton, because he has not been year in and year out dominant. He's had some full season clunkers at the NFL level. Not long before they got on their playoff run in 2007, they got blown out at home by the Vikings. He had multiple interceptions, and the question was being raised as to whether or not he can be the quarterback over the long haul. That's been forgotten once he helped the team win what was a very unlikely Super Bowl that year. And we still see at times Eli Manning plays like the guy that makes you wonder, why is he the quarterback of the New York Giants? But at other times, he plays like a guy who's one of the best ever in the NFL. And if that guy shows up, and they're expecting it, see, they've never really expected it before. They're expecting it now. I don't know if that adds any pressure to him. And he has to understand the chances are getting shorter and shorter now that he's 36. But if he can be the guy mentally, if he can have that same demeanor and that calm that we've seen in 2007, 2011, it spills over to the rest of the team. And we get better performances from the offense.
I think that you are forgetting the bad playoff Eli, and there has been bad playoff Eli, very bad playoff Eli. We remember the Super Bowl run. When? 2006, when he played against the Eagles, his first playoff game, he threw 3 picks. He played against the Eagles again in 2008.
That was before 2007.
He had 2 picks. He played against the Panthers. He had, I think, 3 picks in that game and no touchdowns in any of those games, and never reached 170 yards. So there's plenty of bad playoff Eli Manning, too. We just forget about it.
Okay. They've been to the playoffs 3 times since 2007. Twice they've won the Super Bowl.
Had they been to the playoffs before that?
I'll take those odds.
Had they been to the playoffs before that? That counts, too. Everything counts.
He's matured. No, it doesn't. He's matured, and he's developed, and he's grown. Now, the question is, how has he changed in the last 5 years? It's been a long time since they've been to the playoffs. I mean, it's just an amazing reality when you consider they are 2 out of 3 get to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl in the last 9 years. They just haven't been there in 5 years. We'll see what they do come Sunday. All right. Hour 3 begins momentarily. Tyrell Williams of the San Diego